mech or whether it's proxies, it's kind of his MO. What's nice though is that we did see through a display of the follow-up of that game, it's not something he strictly relies on. It's a good way to get ahead, and then macro control and engagements work out for him well afterwards. We'll talk about that more in a moment though. Spotting the top left corner of the map here in the semifinals, looking for that finals versus Gumiho. It's Root Gaming's Red Terran SuperNova.
The bottom right as the blue Protoss Axiom's Alicia.
Alright, so a little bit about this map. It's one of those ones where I think this is the one time you would see those sort of tank build Terran all-ins. If there's one situation where you would want to pull the boys back then, it was here.
Oh yeah.
You did not want to go to 3 base plus against a Protoss player. It just was not anyone's preference.
Well, the 1-1-1 was actually, like, they should have renamed Ohana to 1-1-1. I mean, really, just how often that happened in TVP.
You know what Ohana means?
Absurd. 1-1-1. That's what it means. Nothing else. Don't say it.
Yeah, pretty much. I do think, though, a lot has changed since this map was originally on. Well, we kind of remember all these games from the days of old. There's been a lot of things like the Widow Mine, things like the Mothership Core, things that definitely were not available back once upon a time. So things might be a little more manageable and less maybe all-in centrically focused, if that's a good way to describe it. But for SuperNova's sake, he could still do weird things. Like, he doesn't need to proxy a factory in a starport to pull off Widow Mine jobs. He can just do that normally from home.
Right, yeah. He definitely can. I kind of brought up, like, SuperNova can go mech, although I don't think he will in a best of 3. Like, nowadays, he seems like he does it less and less. But also, like, Alicia, just, we haven't seen a lot of him. I don't know if you guys cast him earlier.
No, he's not been around for too much lately, actually.
Yeah, so we see every other, like, Axiom player, pretty much. Like, maybe Ryung actually started, like, we don't see him that often either. But, like, Impact used to be the guy you didn't really see, but he's been in, like, every single online qualifier. We just had him in our tournament, so we see a lot of him. Crank, he's always streaming and, like, contacting his subs. Alicia has really just been, like, what is he doing nowadays? How does he play? Well, yes, like, that last game, you can't really tell, because, like, I feel like that was more, like, the weirdness of the opener and the map.
I think every player we've ever talked to, and TLO actually made a good point of bringing this up kind of when we did the small interview with him the other day, is like, Protoss players I think are the most build order dependent of the 3 races. So it kind of makes sense for Alicia to be in seclusion. Like, if he's trying to train up, if he maybe doesn't steal the storm of GSL Season 1, he'll at least take a shot at it in Season 2 because he'll be well prepared for it. I mean, I don't exactly think Alicia's slacking off and watching movies all day in the Axiom house by any means, but it does kind of make sense that it would be the Protoss player on the team that isn't as active, isn't as public with what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Crank that is what he, like, contacts his subs about, right? He's like, I'm not going to stream because I think Protoss is build dependent. I think actually, like, that's, like, quotable. Yeah. And I want to hide it.
Yeah, I don't know actually if Crank would watch this or hear the VOD. Maybe someone at the Axiom house, Olivia, could relay the message. But I love that Crank is really active with contacting his subs. If you guys aren't subscribed to Crank, you should be, but secondly, he's always like, hey guys, I'm sorry I can't stream, I'm practicing for this tournament, or I will make up for this later with more streaming and things like that. So it's good to know that there's still folks out there, and I'm not taking shots at anybody by any means, I'm just purely complimenting Crank here, but it's good to know that there's folks out there who are still willing to be that communicative and engage with their community, because it is really important and lacking from certain circles, I think.
Yeah. 3 Marines are on the way. That's a little odd. 3 Marines can't really do anything against a Stalker and a Mothership. If they catch the Mothership, they can kill it, but that's rare.
Well, they'll find the probe, actually. So, SuperNova, you get your map packs on, brah. That's a really nice pick off on that probe that was going to go try and, I guess, maneuver around for some
You could trap the Stalker. If Alicia goes the wrong way, he should just go home, though. Like, I don't know why you would go, like, north instead of south.
Oh, you could abuse the high ground vision.
Alicia?
Stalker. No, SuperNova is. So,
yeah, that's right.
It's still okay to get his back. There's not another Stalker just yet. It's finishing in a moment. The Mothership Core wasn't made. It was delayed. So this is way more scary than it should be. Yeah, 1 probe goes down. 2 probes go down. Kills the Stalker. Yikes.
Yeah.
And this was nothing other than like a really awkwardly timed out push. It's never like this was a proxy Rax or anything.
Yeah, it is. That was odd, but I guess SuperNova is also the type of guy that does odd builds and also odd attacks. Yeah, that's what we'll call them. This Stim, he has 3 barracks. Alicia, he's going up to some type of like gateway all in, it looks like. He's got 7 gateways going.
I mean, if he had Blink or something, this makes a little more sense, because then you're like, ah, that's right, it's every map prior to, like, summer of 2014, so it was bad for Blink, or great for Blink, rather, and bad for Terran. But this is, you're right, just this big 7-gate all-in, and I guess if you do have enough, you can take down that bunker, and if that first bunker falls, everything snowballs really quickly. Everything crumbles down like a Jenga tower. I mean, it's just going to take 2 force fields and some good stalker count to actually focus that down.
Yeah, a 4-gate legitimately can bust like a person who only has 1 bunker if they're not prepared for it. So a 7-gate could definitely do it.
SuperNova is a bit worried about this. I mean, he didn't scout the massive gateway count, but I think he knows something's up. So a couple of bunkers coming down out of paranoia, and rightfully so. I love this missile turret too. I mean, catches observers, but also it's like, hey, no thank you, DTs. Stay out of my base.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, too, Alicia's going for the Mothership Core really late here, and he's going to be using it strictly for high ground vision, not wanting to really get time warp or recall potential out of it. I mean, if he did, he would have built this so much sooner, and sadly, this does not deny the scouts. So, now the clock ticks, his hands forced, and he knows Super is going to start building a ton of bunkers behind this. So, force fields go down to this first one. We'll see if he can get the kill on it. SCVs are still finding area to repair through those force fields. What?
Well, the Zealots were behind everything, so they weren't attacking that immediately. I mean, this is really...
Falls, though. It's still going well for Alicia. You could take on the second bunker.
Yeah, you'd have to take on this one. I mean,
like
he could technically go up to the main.
Exactly. You could actually force field off the main, too, at the same time. But gonna make sure this bunker tries to go down. Another bunker does go up. This other one's way out of range, though. So, I mean, Alicia doesn't even need to fight around this third or the fourth and final bunker, as long as he can kill this third one. Looks like it will finally go down, and now it's going to get a lot harder for SuperNova. Down in army supply quite a bit against these very effective Protoss units, against these very strong Protoss units. Zealots are just shelling away at the bunker. If so many Stalkers are still alive, tries to force field off the main, misses it a little bit, but he's completely conquered the natural.
Yeah, looks like he's just going to win here. You know, there is Sim and there are medevacs, but SuperNova is going to be just stuck in his main this entire time. His only option is to, you know, drop, actually, Alicia. You can't even do that thing where you drop outside of your own base, because there's a ramp, and there's still force fields.
This is one of those moments where even I, as a Terran player, can appreciate this, because you're like, oh, SuperNova, you did that cheeky garbage where you came in with 5 Marines. Let me just end your life as a thank you.
Yeah. Behind this, Alicia knows that he can start, you know, teching, getting gases. That's exactly what he does. He's gonna get a robo, probably go up to Colossus, and if this doesn't kill him, if Super's just like GG because he realizes that, like, you know, I'm gonna lose out in the macro game, a Colossus attack will kill him.
Those force fields were fantastic, but what is annoying as time goes on, these little ones are going to keep recharging. Maybe use some hallucinations to focus them down, I don't know, but gonna start picking away at what comes up this ramp.
I wouldn't mind.
Gonna get so many sentry kills if he does it right.
Whoa.
Oh, 3 of them go down.
But I don't know if that's enough to actually, you know,
I don't think it's enough to stop this. Yeah.
But, you know, he's starting to get a couple of units. You know, Stim Bio does start to really snowball. Still a lot of a Protoss army, however.
One of my shots is still going off, but it might not be enough to stop this. The command center is burning.
Maybe.
Most of the SVs are dead. He's down to 8 workers on the grab. I don't know if there's a maybe in this scenario.
That's bad. He just lost all of the workers.
Like, if you done this without losing the workers, maybe.
Great. Yeah, you're totally going to get back in this game. But down to 2-3 workers.
Yeah, command center's on fire. More stalkers come to the top of the ramp. This is just disheartening for SuperNova, but at the same time, Alicia will give us a game in number 3. Congratulations as he ties it up now 1-1. Cool beans. But hey guys, just like last time,